Halloween was good, but it didn't hit like.
We made it something. They like the way I turn nothing into something.
Hey, what's up? What's fly? And what's happening? Welcome back, inmates. This is the season finale of Behind Bars, and you locked in with us one more time for the podcast that goes behind the bars of local as well as international artists and discusses the culture in real time because a life lived. It's a bar. I am your hostess with the mostest. I'm Miss Playma, and I'm back in the building on this momentous occasion because we are coming to the end of season 2. And I just so appreciate y'all rocking with us like y'all do. And so season 2, we had to bring some people in. Y'all know the thing that gets me most excited about the podcast are the guests. Yes, the guests. And we got some guests in this building today. And these guests are special guests because they're very dear to me and they straight out my backyard. That's right. It's a zone edition for the season finale. And I'm excited about that. But before we get to all of that, you all know what time it is. Don't play. Y'all know what time it is. It's playtime.
Switching lanes, running lights, trying to race. Man, the police got behind us, trying to chase us, but they can't. I be chilling in the track, I'm with K, blowing dank. Man, it's pain hitting deep, I'm calling bills for the drink. If you a bad...
All right, y'all, it's playtime. And there was something that I heard today, and this is something that was really shocking to me. Something I never thought that I was going to see. I was at work, and would you believe this? I was at work, and I was in my office, and one of the associates came, and she is a white girl. She came in my office all frantic, all like, oh my gosh, I know this may not be your thing, but I'm just saying, I know they won't understand if I tell them, but somebody got arrested for the shooting of Tupac. I was like, first of all, you kind of invested in that. She by no means appears to be somebody that's tapped into the music industry or to hip hop like that, but she was like super excited. And I gotta admit, I didn't believe it. I'm like, yeah, let me see. So I get on my phone and I start Googling, and I'm like, I'm gonna know because I'm Googling, real news sites. And I Google it, and sure enough, they've made an arrest and this is the interesting thing. This is what got me to thinking. The guy that they arrested is the name that I've been hearing throughout all of these documentaries about his murder. Keefe D. Keefe D. If you've been watching it, you've been up on the Tupac story, you have heard Keefe D's name since the very beginning. It's been getting deeper and deeper. But here's why that was interesting to me. We hear this stuff and it sounds like conspiracies and we don't know really what happened and people just talking. But then when they actually make an arrest of an individual's name who you've been hearing, it gets you to thinking, what else was true in those documentaries? Because let's be honest, it was a lot of Puff Daddy talking those. If y'all been really watching them as they progress, his name was getting louder and louder and more frequent in possibly being involved in the death of Tupac. And we know it seems far-fetched because he's the happy, dancing, shiny clothes. Now he got a whole different type of vibe going on. You know what I'm saying? We don't talk about the mansion parties, but so we think it's far-fetched that ain't no way Puff, he ain't even gangster. He ain't even this. Well, listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I know one thing better than I know anything else is that a scared Negro will do some stuff. And if he was scared about what they had going on over there, you don't ever know what could be, what could be his intentions or what he's capable of. Because here's the thing. We don't know these people. We don't know Puff Daddy. I know we feel like we know him because he's been in the spotlight so long. I thought I knew Kevin Spacey's. Guess what? He's a pedophile. Guy's been running around raping little boys his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know these people. We don't know what they're capable of. And so I'm interested to see what further fallout comes, because you know what happens when they arrest one person, oh, the dominoes begin to fall. Because I was talking to my friend, and I was telling him, I said, man, I don't know how we're gonna stop all of these killings if people don't start snitching. People gonna have to start talking. And he said, because they already snitch. I said, what are you doing? He said, they snitch. They just wait to snitch. He said, you mean you need them to snitch earlier, because they sit on the information, and then when they get into trouble, then, they'll give up the information. So Keefe D has been arrested in connection with the murder of Tupac Shakur. And I think it's a long time coming for somebody to at least just be arrested. And so shout out to that. That king, too bad his mother is gone and whatnot, but I think Pac, I think he deserves some measure of justice, or some measure of closure, as well as all the other rappers that have gone. But I'm a little partial to Pac, and I know y'all might be saying y'all don't want people took to jail, y'all want people street justice, this, that. I ain't no street justice. I'm sick of hearing about street justice, because it ain't no street justice. These folks need to go to jail, because they killing us, and if they don't stop killing us, ain't gonna be none of us left. Now, you can take that how you want to take it, but as I always say,
playing with me, man. I want to dance to this. You tell me get on something, I'ma do it.
Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. That's our playtime for this week. Now, let me look at this. What's what we got going on here? Because we got some guests. Oh, yes, we got some guests. And I'm about to introduce some guests. And these guests are falling through here today because they are going to help us go behind the bars and the intents and the impact of Meg Thee Stallion's Outside. Y'all know the song, We Outside. So they're going to help us go behind these bars and just kind of discuss how these types of songs and these types of messages are affecting our young women. So our first guest, let us welcome to the show, y'all, a first-time guest of Behind Bars. She is straight out of the zone, currently in Charlotte, North Carolina. She is the owner of Ashia Beauty Lash and Cosmetic Company. She is the marketing mind behind many of the logos and websites and flyers that you see out there. She is the evangelist behind the Wake Up Girl and Pray initiative. She's a state supervisor to some, life coach to others, but to me, she's big baby. Y'all give a warm Behind Bars welcome to my best friend, Miss Ashia Simpson.
What's up, y'all? What's up, inmates? We out here.
That's what I'm talking about.
We outside.
We outside, but we ain't done. Oh, no, we ain't done, because we got another guest. And like I said, she too is from the zone. All but right from South Haven, Michigan. She is the creator and the president of the youth group Pretty, promoting resilient, empowered teens together with Yahweh. She is the CEO of Pretty Tea LLC, the t-shirt company. She's the CEO of Hooker's Hobbies Renovating. She organized the first countywide arts and crafts fair at Elkenberg Park. She heads up the youth department at Solomon's Temple Ministry. I want y'all to give a warm Behind Bars welcome to my blood sister, Miss Andrea Hooker.
What's up? What's good?
What up?
What's up?
Hey, we ain't done though. I told you we ain't done. You know we can't have this conversation and it just be all hens clucking, right? So I had to get a male perspective on this. Another one, straight out the zone. one of the original Zone Boys, currently residing in Las Vegas, Nevada. You may remember him as being a part of Relentless Way Records. He is one of the coldest MCs to do it out of the zone. You may remember him as being a part of the group The Zone Boys. He hails all the way from the zone, but he's in Nevada right now, and he's still carrying the flag. He's an activist in his own right. He's an ever seeker of knowledge. He always reading. This is nobody other than my big brother. Might not be my blood brother, but he my brother. Y'all welcome to Behind Bars, Mr. Schalee Loke.
Hey, what up, y'all? What up?
What's up, Schalee?
I'm just chilling.
I'm so happy to see y'all smiling faces this evening. I want y'all to do one thing before we get going, because I don't want nobody to have beef. I want y'all to shout your people out and get that out the way. Schalee, shout your people out.
Oh, I want to shout out my wife, Nicole. You know what I'm saying? She ain't here with me right now. She's at work. And man, who else to shout out? Shit, I guess all my zone boys, you know what I'm saying? And I talked to 30P, and he like, oh man, it's been he say, Schalee, why you finna say some of the stupidest whatever? I just talked to him last night for about 2 hours telling him what's going on. And he had the worst things in the world to say about it. But we finna have a ball, with or without him.
Shout out to Shalee's lovely wife and his best friend, my bro, Pizanism. Big baby, shout your people out.
My brother, since my father is married to your mother.
This is true. Shout your people out, big baby.
Shout out to the Wake Up Girl and Pray family. Shout out to all the Zone Girls, since I am an original Zone Girl. Shout out to y'all in the MIT. Shout out to my North Carolina Abundant Faith family, and to my daughter, Kennedy. Big shout out to her.
Kendall. Shout out. Dre Loke, shout your people out.
What's up? What's good? I want to shout out my daughters, Jada and Journey, first and foremost, and all the people that support me in everything I do, to my pretty girls, to my mother, to my Zone family as well. Shout out to you. Thanks for the love.
Shout out. Listen, y'all. Now, y'all know this song that we looking at today it's a doozy. It's a doozy. And if we honest, like I said, I talked to Big Baby and Lil D. If we honest, we really would bop to this song. Like, let's just be honest. If we keeping it real, if I was really outside, I would really be bopping to this song.
This would be in the tan Cadillac.
This would be out the window, so I ain't even fronting. And this is by no means a way to try and degrade Meg or any other female rapper. We just brought in a discussion about the impact of it. And so what we want to do is we want to first listen to the first verse. And then after we listen to the first verse, we'll kind of have some conversation surrounding that. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All right, let's do it.
We outside. Ay, I got every purse, every color. Shout out to my ex thinking about what I want now from my next. Same background, now them bitches know I'm staying with you. Flew me out to Turks just to flirt. We ain't taking pictures, we can keep it low. Nobody gotta know. If you ain't want a pimp, then what you picking with me for? I know them other bitches probably say they ain't like other bitches, but I guarantee it's something about me that be breaking. I ain't for the streets, cause bitch, I am the street. And I ain't on these, all these wanna be on me. And I'ma be outside till I don't wanna be. And I'ma show this, cause it's what they wanna see. Look, I ain't for the streets, cause bitch, I am the street. And I ain't on these, all these wanna be on me. And I'ma be outside till I don't wanna be. And I'ma show this, cause it's what they wanna see. Ay.
Woo. Well. But before we get started, because I want to hear what Schalee think it means to be outside. What does that mean to you, from what you understand?
If I was to hear a woman saying she outside, I would always take it that she's not in the house barefooting in the kitchen. So she's outside. She's not what a man wants her to be. That's how I would always take that when I hear a woman saying she's outside.
Now wait a minute. You done added something to the pot.
He came out shooting. What?
I wish I had pearls. I would have to clutch them there.
Clutch him. Like, what?
He's shooting from the hip.
Ooh.
You know
I
what?
like that, though.
I'm saying how I feel it.
Yeah, I can dig that though. I see that. So okay, what does it mean to you, Big Baby? Because you seem kind of shocked by his definition.
It wasn't the whole day. He was doing good until he said what he barefoot in the kitchen, what he want her to be. Whoa. Ooh,
Is that what they want?
Stereotype. You know, that's a stereotype.
I guess that's what they want.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's what they want. Well, the God dog it. That's why I'm single. Then that make a whole bunch of sense.
I'm out of childbearing age.
I guess I'm outside. I'm outside.
We outside.
No,
what did you mean?
It mean you out there. You doing what you doing. You enjoying your life. You outside. If you clubbing, you clubbing. If you churching, you churching. You doing what makes you happy. You outside.
I feel that. What about you, Drelo?
I'm with Shishi. It's you outside. You doing what you want to do, and most of the time it's when you ain't got no man. But it's like to show them that even without a man, I'm out here. I'm still happy. I'm doing me. You know, I'm out here. Yep.
Because I was just gonna say that too. Because remember, I talked to Play about. I asked him the very thing. I said, "Why is it that every time I hear girls talk about being outside, it seems like it's after they done broke up with their boyfriend or something?" And he said something. He said, well, because he was saying it really just mean that you out, you kicking it. That's how they use it. He said, but girls my age, man, they make everything about a dude. And I was like, I said, that's interesting, Play, because it seemed like men my age make everything about a woman. And you know what he said? And this comes from a 22-year-old. He said, Mama, that's because the girls my age are the girls that they interested in. I said, okay, Play. I never considered it like that. What do you say to that, Schalee?
Well, you know, I have a young wife. You know what I'm saying? My wife is just 14 years younger than me. You know what I'm saying? So I do have a young wife, but I don't necessarily think that all men is looking for young women. You know what I'm saying? So I don't totally agree with him, but I do understand his point, though. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the lines are getting blurred. You know what I'm saying? Between who grown, who ain't grown is getting blurred. Who real, who fake. The lines is all getting blurred in every which direction. So we at that state of time in life.
Right. Now, I don't know if I agree with that about, I'm not going to never ever say all anybody, but even I can look at myself. Most of the guys that are interested in me are older than me. Like you say, you got a younger wife. Just about. I think I see a lot of guys that date down. What about y'all? What y'all see?
I see a lot that date down. I see a lot of Shalees out there. Hey, and I ain't knocking them. That's what they doing.
Y'all saying date down like it's a like
age. 14 years. Those 14 years.
But the way y'all saying it, it's like like I'm 14 down. It sound offensive.
He said it sound offensive.
That's not what I mean at all. What is it? I just mean
dating younger. Let's say younger.
All right. Okay,
I'll
say younger.
Dating younger. I see a lot of that. And then I see too, like you said, women my age, they don't too much. They're not dating in their 40-year-olds or 30-year-olds. They're dating. I can't say up, huh? I can't say up. Can I say up?
You can say up. They dating 50-year-olds.
Yeah, they dating
55-year-olds.
And I think that has a lot to do with the maturity of a woman, the natural maturity of a woman.
Yeah, I do too. What do you say to that, Mrs. Hooker? Because if I am mistaken, you married up.
I did. And it goes back to what Ashia said and what Shalamar's doing. This goes to the maturity level. A man can afford to date down because a woman is then mature faster than a man. So, you know, you date down 14 years, you're not actually her mentality is not that
Wait a
young.
minute. I
But
keep hearing 14 years. Where y'all getting this
ain't that
number?
what Shalimar said?
Shalimar said he 14 years.
I'm 14 years older
Oh,
than Nicole.
Yeah.
I'm 46
oh.
14
and 32.
years.
Right.
But
I
we
So
missed
also been
that.
together 14 years.
You got to say younger, though. You can't say down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
younger.
say younger. Don't say
Okay.
down. Yeah,
So you say they
yeah.
can afford to
Yeah,
go lower or
because her
younger.
because her mentality, is still a little, elevated it's still a little
Yes,
elevated
Right.
versus a woman. If I'm pushing it, dating a guy my age, because I'm 46, his mentality probably gonna be 30 something, So
Right.
that's why
mm-hmm.
we go up, because that's just how sad to say, but sad but true.
And then you
Yeah.
hit that. Well, I don't even want to put that twist on it because then you hit that part
Put it on
of
it.
put it on there. Then you hit that part of that 14-year age difference. I won't use Charlie that
Don't
15
use
year
Charlie.
age
Yeah.
that 15-year age difference. A woman is going to peak in her 40s, right? Not a
Right.
Yeah.
man is 55 and he ain't peaking. So
No, because he peaked at 25.
he peaked at 25. So she at 40, she weighing that 55-year-old out. He like, come on now, babe. Come on now.
Yeah.
Ooh, she.
We'll talk that more when we get there. You know what I'm
Wait a
saying?
minute. What'd you say? Say that again. You said what?
I said she weighing him out. That 40-year-old wearing that video. Come on, babe. Now come on
Oh,
now.
gosh.
Yeah.
I'm
And
moving
at
y'all
that
on.
age, okay, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jared.
And at that age, like a woman will accept that, okay, he tired, we can't do it like we used to,
Right.
but versus a man,
Can't.
he's gonna go
It'll be a
cheat.
problem.
He's gonna go cheat, and if you get too lax, I can assure you he's gonna go somewhere else, which is another reason why they might date down.
Down. Right.
Yeah.
Or
You know
Yeah.
what?
younger.
Let me
Younger.
offer y'all this, though, because this is a sad truth. These young people, and I'm not just putting this on men or women, I'm saying young people in general, they missing their peak because
That's
all of
because
these perks
all them
and syrup
drugs,
and weed and alcohol, they ain't
bad
even getting the
eating
same.
habits.
Yeah, they needing help by the time
Yes.
they 30.
They need
They
Yeah.
honey
need help.
packets. They need
I
dog
never
vitamins, honey
everything.
packets, everything. Go
At
kill their
30.
food
No,
self.
at
Yeah.
20. It's like it's
Well, at least
crazy.
somebody knew to make all this stuff because apparently we need it. So they made it for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just make it just to make it and shit.
Listen. I think you said it though, Drea. I think women are more understanding too. If she is 40 and he's in his 50s and he can't go like, maybe a 40-year-old, because it can be that drastic from 45 to 50 can be a
Absolutely.
huge drop off. And so
Absolutely.
yeah, we're a little more forgiving in that
A huge
area
drop off
too.
of men.
Huh?
A huge drop off of men.
I mean,
Is
as
that what
far
you
as about they action, yeah.
How
Oh
they
I
well,
don't
move.
want to
like I said,
get too
They
low
moving
with
it
the
now.
I don't see no drop off. I ain't seeing no drop off, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to understand what
Schalee,
you mean.
let's
When
just
the
put
drop
this
off
out
at? The
here.
drop off ain't dropping.
Let's put this out here. We is not talking about Schalee when we talk about the drop off. Can we
Oh
just
yeah,
say
y'all
that?
not talking
So
about me. Y'all's
okay.
not talking about me.
But now I'm gonna be honest with you, Schalee. I've dated. I in my earlier years, I dated people my age.
Yeah.
As I got older, I dated people older,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a difference. I'll
Yeah,
just put it
yeah,
like that.
Huge
yeah.
difference.
There's a
The
difference.
difference is once a man becomes older, his ability to satisfy a woman, his willingness to satisfy a woman, that changes. When you're a young dude, you thinking only about self. So if it take you 2 minutes to get done doing what you're doing, she got to figure it out from that point. You know what I'm saying? That's how
That's
young dudes do it.
Well,
I
not
was a young
even
dude,
only
so I
that.
know.
If we even remove the man, the woman, something happens to a woman, I'll say at 35, and something happens to a woman at 40 that is almost unexplainable. So
It
just
is.
remove the man from it. At 35, I was like, nobody told me this. And at 40, I was like, y'all surely didn't tell me this. So something happens with a woman that is takes a lot of satisfying.
Yeah, right. And we're gonna leave it at that because
thank you. Because I'm about to go. So I'm about to go Sex and the Save Girl podcast. So let's not do that.
We're not trying to get you uncapped.
Yeah, you're trying to get me uncapped.
I'm not. So listen to this though. This is what I find interesting. When you listen to the song, she say, I got every purse, every color. Shout out to my ex nigga. Think about what I want now from my next nigga. Same background, so to know I'm staying with you. Flew me out to Turk just to flirt. We ain't taking pictures. So I'm hearing all of this and I'm thinking, there was a time where we battled against being called a gold digger. You remember how they did Robin Givens when they said she was a gold digger? And there was a time, you know, we didn't want to be hid or on the low. So what happened that we went from fighting all of this stuff to just leaning into it? What happened, do you think?
Social media happened.
Yeah.
A lot of it has to do with social media, because what I'm finding out is they saying that, but she's saying that he flying out the Turks, but she probably really doing the flying. She probably really doing the buying because of her status and who she is.
Yeah.
She's probably literally dating down, but social media is what I believe.
Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree
what
with
you think, Dre Lo?
I agree with that as well. And I think, you know, just for, you know, the listener's sake, they don't want to take everything from the man, because what they're rapping about, like she has said, it's really them doing it. You know, but they, you know, they don't want to take it off from a man, so they got to make them look a little some type of way, I think. So
that's interesting. You said they don't want to take it all from him.
You know, they already accused us of taking everything.
It ain't a whole bunch of Young Miamis and Puff Daddies going on.
And see, that's the thing. That's the thing too. Well, I'm not even gonna say that, but I think like you. I don't even think it's true. I don't even think that they want that, really. I think it's just a matter of accepting what we believe we can get. Right. Because I don't care what nobody say. We do not want to be forgotten or hidden or none of that stuff. Yeah, we don't want to share. We don't want to. Now, you might want a purse. You know what I mean? But you want the Negro more than the purse, if you're honest. You just using the purse to say, well, I can't get him, so let me see what I can get from him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Lyrically, the bars was hard. So from an artist standpoint, the way she put it together, it was very clever and it was very unique. So I would always look at that's what she was trying to accomplish in the first place. Not so much that you should believe everything this is entertainment. It's not real reality. So
it's hard for people, but because you're an artist, that's easy for you to say. The person who is not an artist does not understand that this is not reality. My 13-year-old daughter don't understand that this is not reality. She thinks that's reality.
Yeah,
and forget the 13-year-old. No, forget the 13-year-old.
Yeah.
These Negroes don't understand that it's artistry because they get on Facebook every day talking about all these women want is this, that, and the other. And it's like, dude, that's the city girls. That's not normal women.
Yeah.
So listen to this. She say, I ain't for the streets because I am the streets. And I ain't on these niggas. All these niggas be on me. And I'm going to be outside till I don't want to be. And I'm going to show this because it's what they want to see. First of all, and I stand by this, you're not going to be outside until you don't want to be. You're going to be outside for longer than you want to be, chances are. Because at the end of the day, it's a sad reality, but men usually decide when relationships go to the next level. And because there's so many more good women, and I'm not throwing shots, I'm just saying there's so many more good available women than it is available men, they have their pick. Yeah. So you're going to be outside, mess around and be outside longer than you really want to be. What do you think about that, Big Baby?
I mean, I was outside when I was outside. And I guess my little spin is different. My spin is different because I chose Jesus, and that's what kind of fixed me from being outside. But had I not did that, I would be outside way longer than what I wanted to be. And I probably
Right.
missed some things from being outside so
Right.
long for the time that I was there. Like you said, a woman really don't want to be outside.
No.
She really don't want.
I don't
she
care
want
what
to
they
enjoy.
say.
And I'm glad that we're entering into this because what they're calling now the soft girl life.
They
I
keep
like that
telling
era.
me it's a soft
I
girl
like-
era,
I
and I
like
don't
the
know what
soft
that
girl-
means.
I like
Yeah,
the
I don't know
soft
what
girl
that means
era. So the soft girl era is that you're not trying to be outside. You
Right.
living your life and it's not complicated. And you doing what makes you happy. You're doing, but it's not stressing you to do it. You're not doing nothing
Right.
that's stressing
Okay.
you. And
Absolutely.
it's you excited about life, but hey, you ain't pressed. You ain't gotta have that bag. Long as I'm at home and my house is clean, my bills is paid, life is good. I can travel a little
I'm a
bit. Soft
bachelorette.
girl life. Soft girl
Yeah.
life. You live in a soft girl life, Playmon.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now I know.
Well,
I'm
you
glad
never know,
somebody
Andy.
gave me a name.
I think, yeah.
Go ahead, Drew.
I think a lot of this outside business is us, doing things on our own terms. Because from a man's perspective, they're gonna call us this anyways. They're gonna say we doing this anyway. So we just gonna do it our way. Since you gonna put this label on me, I'm gonna put my own spin on it. Like she said, when she outside, I'm outside because I want to be. But then at the end of the day, we do want to get back to that soft girl era.
You want to get indoors.
Embracing that, we realize it ain't in us like it's in a man. So
It's
for us,
not.
it's exhausting. It's
It
exhausting.
is exhausting.
We don't want to
It
be
is.
there. So to
It's
get back to-
emotionally taxing.
oh my God.
Schalee, jump in there and
sounds like
tell
a big
me.
contradiction. It sounds like a huge contradiction that's
But no,
happening, right?
this is wait a
It
minute.
is.
Wait a minute though, Schalee, because this is what I was just gonna say. So then at the end, she say,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna show this because it's what they want to see.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
you either
not
gonna
what
be
I'm doing.
liberated or you doing something that you think they won't. That's why I say it's all smoke and mirrors. They
Yeah.
don't want to be outside, and if we honest, Meg and them is not outside. They
No.
somewhere falling in love. Nikki in
falling in
love
love.
with a pedo.
Yep.
You got you see what I mean? They ain't
Yeah.
outside.
Mm-mm.
Now
They
I
in
don't
love
know.
getting bachelor's
What I
degrees.
figured out,
They ain't
what I figured out
outside.
is women, the way they portray women today, they get to play the victim and the victor, right? So if you're a successful single woman, you get to be victorious for that. Then you also get to play the victim if you by yourself, and because you and your man didn't work out, you get to play the victim and the victor at the same exact time, which becomes very confusing to the men who watching it. Like why you didn't keep your family? Why you didn't keep your family? That's what men be trying to figure out when they see a woman. Why didn't you keep your family together? What was the problem? What was going
Shots
on?
fired. He says you
but
get
I'm
to be
saying,
the victor and the
women
victim.
play the victim and the victim at the
I
same
almost
exact
remove
time.
you from the stream for that.
Look, I thought I had a button to do it, and I don't even got
You
it.
start hitting your button. You start hitting your button. Almost kicked yourself out. Almost kicked yourself
I gotta
out.
keep it real from a man's
Right.
perspective. This is what can happen. A man don't never get to play the victim and the victor. He always get to play the victim.
No, that's not true. That's not
No.
true. That's not
Y'all
true.
always
That's
the
not
victim
true.
now.
Wait a
Y'all
minute.
always
Wait a
y'all-
minute now.
Y'all are the victims.
When we the
Wait a
victim?
minute. Wait a minute.
Because all I see now is and I had to start unfriending people because I got so tired of the women bashing because y'all are so hurt and so y'all been did so bad and the women treat you so wrong. And
Wait a minute. Hold on to that because I want to hear that. I do. But I want to give you the space to hear it. And we have to take a quick commercial break here. Are you the primary caregiver for your parents, spouse, or any loved one who can't be left alone due to dementia or inability to care for themselves? Then you need the services of Thrive Adult Day Center. Located at 2901 Southwest Lincoln, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Thrive provides supervision, care, and companionship with personalized services to meet the needs of the individual. You can feel at ease that your loved one is cared for properly while you work, run errands, or simply take a load off. For more information or to request an assessment, email thriveadultdaycenter.org. That's Thrive Adult Day Center, creating a comfortable and safe environment for all seniors. Listen. Because you about to go there, big baby. You said you had to unfriend some people because all they do is woman bash all day.
You want a woman bash, you want to tell the woman. I never see going down, and I'm not gonna say never. I rarely see going down my timeline of women telling men what they need to do.
With
What
their
they
personal self, with their
with their
clothes, with
spiritual
their
life, with their clothes,
hair,
with their hair, with their makeup,
what
what
kind
they
of
need to
job
do.
they
And
worked in.
then it goes from what we need to do about how trifling we is and how hurt they is. So y'all are playing victim.
All the time.
Playing victim, and then
y'all talking about the incels. Y'all talking about incels, them involuntary celibate men who are out here upset because they can't get
Wait
the
a
women they
minute.
want.
Wait
You
a
ain't talking about
minute.
incels.
Give me
You ain't
that
talking about
definition
dudes like me.
again.
You ain't
Give
talking
me
about
that
dudes like me.
definition
You ain't talking
again.
about dudes like Free. You ain't
Incels.
talking about dudes like Dre.
So I'm
You ain't talking
not
about
gonna
them.
I'm not gonna say your people, but we can't. So we talking about as a whole because you said women,
Right.
Because that definition don't fit
Yeah, but I
nobody
also
here.
said the perception. This is what we are perceiving. That the information we are getting is that women can play the victim and the victor.
So
They
I'm not
good.
even gonna talk about perception. I'm talking about what I see, what I
I
actually
want
see.
y'all to stop
what's
one
happening.
second. Stop for 1 second, big baby, because I need this word. You said involuntary what?
Incels, involuntary celibacy. You ain't never heard of
Involuntary
these men?
celibate
This,
people.
yeah, this is a real thing. This is men out here, and they are incel. They call themselves incel, and they are involuntary celibate. They want to have sex with women, but the women they want don't want them, so
But
they chose to
stop.
be
I
celibate.
should have said the women they want don't
I
want
was
them,
about
but
to
I ain't
say.
never
Yeah.
seen nobody can't get none if they want some.
If they
And
But
want
you
that's
mean
the
the
some,
women
thing
they
right
want
because
there.
them.
it ain't too many men that women won't give some to.
Thank
Now I don't
you.
know if it's the women
Well, I
that you
wish y'all gonna
want,
talk to those
but
guys. Y'all need to go talk to those guys and tell them that because they're the ones who created their own group. I'm not in it, so no, I'm not in their group. So I'm
So
just
let
letting
me
you know
ask
they're
you
out there.
this then. Y'all, let me ask this question then. Because I always say first things first. Um, Men should correct men. Women should
absolutely,
correct women.
absolutely.
So I think what Ashia is saying is, how can you be so preoccupied with lashes and how they baby hair swoop and why they all CNAs, and it's like it's
It's
so
so
much
stressful.
plaguing the black community that to be on Facebook every day as a man talking about lashes and baby hair
And
and
makeup
your makeup and your purse ain't
and
this.
don't have the BBL, go to the
I think
gym,
it's
and
because
it's too much.
no matter how they leave us, how much they try to degrade us, how much they don't protect us, how much they don't, we still survive, we still
It's up.
prevail, and they can't, and it's they can't handle it. You
What
know,
do you say to that, Schalee?
they're not doing their part, and
Well,
they mad because
totally
it's still
supportive.
getting
I'm
done.
supportive of the women. I'm totally supportive of women excelling, accomplishing things. Like I said, my wife, she's a boss in her own right. You know what I'm saying? I support her 100%. When she went to school to become a nail tech, when she started her nail tech business, I was right there behind her. So I'm a supporter. So I can only really speak for me and the guys that I be with. We not with that. You know what I'm saying? We not with the. Now I ain't saying in the time I was with that. You know what I'm saying? Where I was, trying to keep a woman down, didn't want her to have more than me, didn't want her to be more educated than me. It was a time in my life when I was like that, but at this point, that's over with. You know what I'm saying?
See,
I
that's
want the
He
growth.
best
living
out
the
of the best.
soft
That's
life.
growth.
Charlie said he living the soft life.
Right.
That's
And
growth.
it's hurt me.
But to
It's
be
men
fair, I
scorn
think
that says that. It's
I
men
was gonna
scorn that
say, to
does
be
that.
fair,
Hurt.
I've heard a man say something similar to what Schalee said, and he said basically it's like, oh yeah, them the dudes that ain't about nothing. They ain't got nothing going on, so they trying to keep her at a level so that they could be elevated. And to
Yeah,
be fair, I think most of the men that I encounter in real life, this is why I don't ever get on social media talking about it a lot, because the men that I encounter in real life, they're not
Are not
really
that.
like that.
Are not
They're
that.
not like that.
But you
But
know
it's
what the
something
sad thing
about the
is?
internet.
But you know what the
yeah.
sad thing is? It is some women out there that will believe them and who will take off their lashes and don't do what they want to do because you see these 5 fools on social media.
5 fools.
5 fools on social media that's putting that out there.
That's my new saying. 5 fools. I'm not gonna be moved by 5 fools. So wait a minute. Let's listen to let's go into the second verse and then we'll come back and kind of finish that topic because there's some stuff in this second verse that I think is worth talking about as well. So let's do that.
Put the card in my name so I know it's real. I'm the same chain that you got when you say let's chill. I know how much they cost, them diamonds in your mouth. I told them buy the house, but don't be coming in and out. Baby, can you tell me, have you ever heard of polygamy? It's only me and you, but I got many personalities. Sometimes I like to shop, sometimes I like to bob. Sometimes I like it from the back, sometimes I be on top. I keep telling for the streets, cause I am the street. And I ain't on these, all these wanna be on me. And I'ma be outside till I don't wanna be. And I'ma show this cause it's what they wanna see. Look, I ain't for the streets, cause I am the street. And I ain't on these, all these wanna be on me. And I'ma be outside till I don't wanna be. And I'ma show this cause it's what they wanna see.
Let me tell you something, man. Meg be spitting. Let's just
Man,
be honest. Meg be spitting.
Tough, man. I can't even lie. You know what I'm saying? She is tough. I'd be like, whoa, she's
tough. Yeah, shout out to Meg Thee Stallion.
Shout out to Meg. That's
me too.
That's one thing that we want to make very clear, that this is not an indictment on Meg or any other rapper.
Except for that implant. Put it out there.
We're not gonna say her name.
Put it out there.
We're not gonna say her name.
Wait.
Come on.
I'm gonna just say it since she keeps saying it. Big Baby thinks Sexy Red is
she's like crack in the 80s, implanted into the black neighborhood.
She said she liked the guns that they was dropping off in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with her. I agree with her. If she was lyrical, I could almost bypass it. But she ain't. Her lyrics is horrible. She's not even. No talent.
Yes.
And don't forget her little homie. Don't forget her little homie either, because her little homie is pressing it too.
She had roaches. Yeah. She had roaches. She probably still.
She got some lip. She got some lip gloss on.
Yeah, she probably still got roaches. I don't like her. Okay.
She got some lip gloss out. She got some lip gloss out. Yeah. And if you see the names of these lip glosses,
Booty Hole Brown.
Yeah. Like Yellow Discharge.
She got one lip gloss called Gonorrhea.
Yeah.
She is you cannot tell me she was not put into the black community like the guns, like the crack.
It's like they like when they say that movie they clone Tyrone.
She is their clone Tyrone. That's her.
They clone Tyrone.
But they went to Ganges and found her in Ganges.
Listen to this. Listen to this. She said, "Baby, can you tell me, have you ever heard of polygamy? It's only me and you, but I got many personalities." Mm-hmm. So we talk about when they polled the women today, all races, and a lot of them say that they don't want to be married, right? So answer me, do you think that the music is just reflecting the attitude switch of people, or do you think people's attitude is being influenced by the music that they listen to? Well, what do you say to that, Big Baby?
I think music always influences the generation. The music of the 70s influenced the generation then, in the 80s. I think music always has a big impact on how you move about and how that generation moves. So I think it's the music that's making them feel that way. And I keep going back in social media.
Media.
It's it. You are exactly right. Because I was thinking earlier, back in the day, it was only a couple ratchet songs. We had Too Short, he had one, I think, and it was only a few. So then, people didn't think that was the norm.
Right.
But now it's so many of them now. They think that's the norm.
He was an outlier.
It was only one little Kim. It was only one little Kim. It wasn't.
Kim.
It wasn't a whole bunch of them. Yeah.
Right
yeah.
now, you back then you only heard them songs when you was deep in the trap house at 4 a.m, where nobody that had any type of morals could hear.
Hey, where was you at 4 a.m? Where were you?
I don't know. One time, Uncle Cap got in my car and I was playing Trina the Baddest. And you know Uncle Cap, he loves it.
He said, turn that off.
He said, whoa.
Yeah.
Too much.
Yeah, that probably was a little much for Cap back then.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But then you got people like, and then you didn't used to have people like bosses like Oprah and Shonda Rhimes who like, I don't want no husband, I don't want no man.
Yeah.
All of that.
Right. So that's contributing to it as well.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Oprah is a prime example. You know what I'm saying? Of being a boss and not having a family, not fitting in the norm. You know what I'm saying? Of what you think a family should be. And she's very successful. You know what I'm saying?
She is. And Oprah need to get saved and marry that.
And then you got people like Tyler Perry who said, take care of the man. I mean, you know, so you got people like that and influencers like that change the way these people are thinking.
And I say too, because I asked this question, ask Gen X, because I think Gen X is 43 to 58. And then the millennials run like 27 to 42. So as Gen X and kind of the upper level of the millennials, do you think we're doing enough to make sure that the lower side of the millennials and Gen Z and all of those people are not taking toxic cues from music? Because ultimately, like he was saying earlier, Schalee was saying earlier, man, this is entertainment. Yeah, we know that. We are intelligent people and we can decipher that. But what about the younger people that can't? Are we doing enough in real life to combat those negative perceptions?
Well, I got a personal thing about me having a 9-year-old son. You know, I gotta always tell him he watch stuff on YouTube, and I gotta always tell him that's fake. I gotta literally put it in his head and show him this is fake. Don't believe all this stuff. So I believe it's on the parents to, like, first of all, if you don't want your kids listening to something, don't let them listen to it. But second of all, if you are gonna let them listen to it, and fill in the context. Don't let them just listen to stuff with an open mind and don't have no real context behind it. So it's really a lot of it got to do with parenting, I feel like. But social media taking over, so it's hard to even parent your child when they on YouTube and Facebook whenever you ain't looking. It's hard.
Yeah,
right.
And another thing is, I believe that we didn't realize how big this internet, this YouTube was going to get when we allowed them to have it.
It's like crack.
It's out of control.
It's just like crack.
It's like crack. But we didn't realize that when it first came out. This is cool. You know, we didn't know. Just
sit them in front of there and keep them quiet.
Right. It's like opening Pandora's box. You know,
and here's the thing.
We have to try to backpedal.
And here's the thing. And people don't think this stuff is this calculating, but it is. We didn't know. But somebody knew.
Somebody
knew.
Absolutely.
You know they knew because in certain places they don't let their kids. The creators of TikTok, they feed different information to their kids than what ours get. Theirs get they get science kids doing science experiments and starting businesses. They don't get TikTok dances and dumb videos like that. And so I seen a video of this family, this Black woman. She had these young girls. They may have been like 8 or 9, and they were showing them pictures. Cardi B, do you know who this is? No. Nicki Minaj, do you know who this is? No. Chris Brown, do you know who this is? No. And it was just as simple as she didn't do TV, she didn't do social media or none of that. And so
it's needed.
It's needed because no matter what we say, people's friends and social media have a bigger impact on them than anything. I said before, me and Ashia, we roll like 6s and 8s, child. Roll like 6s and 8s. Very two different home lives. She had a mother and a father in the house in the church. I came from a broken home, lived in a broken home. We end up dealing with the same type of Negroes. in a lot of the same situations. So that lets you know that our environment, our friends, the music had a bigger impact, than even
what
what our
happened at
parents.
home.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But then another thing is, if we don't have stuff like Pretty, we got to put Pretty got to go into different neighborhoods,
Right.
not just in Michigan, because that's a positive influence. They don't have Miss Jacksons and Miss Simpsons no more. Those people are far gone. That outside of your parents, when you out in the streets, can tell you they ain't got granny fannies that can tell you, you know, you doing wrong and you need to fix this. And the ones that do, they don't want to listen to that. They don't want to hear that.
And I do. And I go ahead. Go ahead.
We was luckily raised by a community. All four of us, we was luckily raised by a community. But after us, you know, it wasn't like that. You can't even say nothing to some
communities
people's
don't
kids.
exist no more.
You tell somebody's kid to get out the street, and here come their mama. They want to damn near fight you about, like, your kid was in the streets playing. Don't be talking to my kid like that. Like, I'm just trying to help you.
Right.
Things just switch. But I guess y'all is right. It's the music. That changed the generation. I didn't even really think about that until she had said it, because in the 70s. It wasn't no hip hop. It was all love music. That's when we was created. That's when people was together in the 70s. Then came the 80s, and it was a lot of disco and drugs, and that's when the split happened, you know. And then the 90s, we all know what that was. You know what I'm saying? That was the streets, and we was in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was outside. You know what I'm saying?
Let's not ascribe it all to music, though, because let's be honest, in the 80s, crack cocaine came. So that changes something. Where I think that had a much more profound effect on our community than music, to be honest. Crack cocaine, jobs moving out, like you say, you moved,
the black
you took
man
away
being
the
taken
jobs.
out the home.
Right, you take away the jobs, you introduce crack. You break up the family, and that changes life for Black people.
That's the recipe for disaster.
Yeah, that changes life for Black people. And how many people, me and my boy Life, we talk about it all the time, how different life was once crack came. He's like, I remember living in Chicago, and we had an actual boat. We had a boat. And then I can remember not hardly having nowhere to live. Now, how the heck you go from having a boat,
not having a place to live,
to not hardly having nothing in the house and on our way out the house? That's the effect of crack. So we don't want to just make it a complete indictment on music. But Schalee, tell me this: since you're the resident male, what role do you think men can play to make sure that the young girls are not overly influenced by this type of thought and this process that seems to be happening? The implant.
I know, and I thought about this. I thought about it ever since you sent me, and I read it over and over, and I thought about it, and I just really don't know. I don't know how to combat social media and music at the same time to try to change somebody's perspective of what they're going through. It's really hard for me I got a 21-year-old daughter, you know what I'm saying? And I hope I did a good job, but that's all I can do is hope. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to actually change the perception of these young girls coming behind us. I don't even know how to do it. That's the bad part. I don't even know how to.
Yeah. And let me offer this, Schalee, and I wholeheartedly, because really the only thing that men can do is to model the correct behavior. You know what I mean? Is to love these young girls' mother. Is to treat their aunts right. Is to be respectful to their sisters. And if they see enough of that in real life, if they can see enough of that, I think that's the only way to chip away at it, because you can't solve it overnight.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but at the same time, so my daughter ended up getting a dude who is not what I was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was with her mother for 14 years. I was gonna be with her. She get with a dude, he totally not with that. But he come from a family that wasn't, his mother was on drugs. He in and out his house, so it's totally different. You know, I can't choose who she gets involved with, even though I felt like I raised her right.
I'll put this on you, and I got to go to the word. It says, "Train up a child in the way they should go, and then when they get old, they won't depart." So at least we got to try to put it in them,
Yeah.
Right.
And then because we go as a young woman, you gonna more than likely run up on a bad nigga.
Oh, a few
of them.
a few.
So, I mean, that's
I
inevitable.
don't care
And
how stuff shook
you
out
gonna
at
run up.
home.
You're gonna accept and probably fall in love with the one that you absolutely ain't supposed to be with. The one that don't look like your daddy, the one that don't model what your daddy was. That is almost inevitable. But I think if we put it in them, if we train them and put it in them, then we got to just wait for it to come back.
Wait for it to come back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's just like us sitting here today. We all was raised up. When we talk about the women on this here, we was all raised up in the fear of the Lord. You know, from little, we was on the church bus, we was in the sunshine band, all of that. We was also some of the most what that picture on that picture when we were sitting on that back porch that I just posted.
Terrible.
And
Terrible.
Michael was like, the drinkingest, smokingest, cussingest. But look at us today.
It was put in us.
It was in us. We just had to wait for it to come to fruition.
And not give up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely. And so I think we can't be again, like the Bible said, we can't be weary and well doing. We just got to be steady and continue to do it, because it was a steady, slow process that got us here. And that's the only thing that's going to get us out of it is to, continue. And to be fair, I always say this. I say the stereotype of the Black father is really played out, because I see so many Black fathers with their kids like never before. And so, that's a good start.
Yeah, that's played out. I'm tired of hearing that, you know what I'm saying? Especially from white people. I'm tired of hearing that Black men are going to be in, and it's already been studies done that shows Black men are involved in their children's life more than
ever.
More than everybody. I mean, from all different statuses, from the celebrities all the way down.
All the way down.
It's not
even if they're not in the house. Even if they're not in the house, they really active. Go ahead, Andrea.
And the thing about it is they know this.
Yeah,
they
just
don't want everybody else to know this.
It's like not profitable, for us to believe that.
Right. It's right. There you go. It's not profitable for us to believe that, because that might mean we might start coming together.
We might start
unity within the Black community, and then
come on,
heaven forbid that happens. So they know that. That's not what they want to display.
And that's why I say, when you get them 5 foods on the internet, them is the 5 foods that the algorithms, that the big media, them is the 5 foods that they want to push, because they don't want, and I say this and I mean it, and can't nobody move me off this. You ain't never seen a Black man go from the bottom to the top with anything up behind him other than a Black woman. You ain't never seen them built up, and they know you ain't gonna never see a Black woman strut like she strut with a Black man by her side. Like, together, it is just such a beautiful thing to see, and they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that.
But we're starting to see it more and more,
Yes.
It's inevitable. It's inevitable.
It makes them nervous.
It makes them nervous. And so we gonna jump into this last verse. But before we do, we got to take another commercial break. Allow us to reintroduce EPG, Executive Protection Group, to Kalamazoo, Battle Creek, and the surrounding areas. EPG, formerly WLP, is rebranded and better than ever, offering patrol services, personal security, event security, and secure transportation to and from the airport. If you see that black and gold shield, you can relax and know that your safety is under control. For more information, call 269-779-0997 or visit the website at executiveprotectiongroup.com. That's EPG, leading force in security. Look, y'all got my mind going over here, because No, that's good stuff though. But let's listen to this third verse. Because this is where I say it's on. This is where the women we falling short. We coming up, we getting better, but I think this type of mentality we have to do away with. And so let's listen to the third verse, and then we'll come back and chop it up.
I checked your shot and she basic. That's why she hating. She rock designer, but it's old. That shit is dated. I'm rocking new runway Gianni, Versace Heidi, and anything that come behind me is fucking sloppy. Every day I switch it up. I give him looks. I switch my hair up just to. We be having fun. I ask him, do he want a blonde? Do he want a redhead? I could switch my to blue or I could wear my real hair. I keep telling for the streets, cause I am the street. And I ain't on these. All these wanna be on me. And I'ma be outside till I don't wanna be. And I'ma show this cause it's what they wanna see. Look, I ain't for the streets, cause I am the street. And I ain't on these, all these wanna be on me. And I'ma be outside till I don't wanna be. And I'ma show this cause it's what they wanna see. We outside!
We outside.
We outside.
Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion. Listen. This is listen to this right here. I get stuck on this right here. I check your chick out and she basic. That's why she hating. She rock designer, but it's old. That stuff is dated. I'm rocking new runway Gianni, Versace Heidi, and anything that come behind me is effing sloppy. Come on, Meg. You're talking that talk, but it's this type of cattiness and you know, people always say that women's lib destroyed the good, nice, agreeable woman that men like. And women's lib was supposed to be about us liberating ourselves and lifting each other up. So do you find it interesting that many of the lyrics that we hear are still aimed at first man pleasing, because it is, and cattiness among women? What's that about?
I don't even know, because I guess it's always been cattiness between women. Apparently, you know what I'm saying? And all she doing is just bringing it to the forefront and making it okay to a degree. Even though I don't believe that's what it truly is, but she is kind of bringing it to the forefront and okaying it. And then a simple-minded person will fall into that trap, but most smart women won't even fall for that, because what do you have to argue with another woman for when you got your own shit to do? You know what I'm saying? You don't have no time to be arguing about what she got and what she doing when you still got your own shit to do. So in reality, we know that's what it is. So like I say, it's just entertainment, and we've got to push that across, because none of this shit she's saying is really true. You know what I'm saying? It's just
She don't even represent that. If you see Megan Thee Stallion in an interview and she don't even represent that. She's girl power. She's
but that's why it's so ridiculous to me, because it's like you say, and this is not about Megan or even just this song. It's just the Housewives. It's the Love and Hip Hop. It's just so catty.
And I cannot watch that stuff, because it's nothing but them fighting, arguing, talking about each other, and it's quite ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I mentioned before about my mentor's book, Emasculation to the Soul of the Woman, Incubated Jealousy, about how we have just been programmed to be jealous and programmed to just tear each other down. And I said before how I make an effort. When I see a Black woman out, you look good, you smell good, you doing your thing. That your ride is nice. I make it an effort to say I be in the background, even on social media. I be rooting for y'all. Like, open a business. That is amazing. Do this, do that, because you got to change it, which you can only start with yourself.
You start with yourself.
You got to start with yourself.
And we said, why are women like that? I believe it was said insecure,
rejected.
Yeah, you know,
dealing with all different types of social issues, intimidation,
trauma. And here's the thing that we don't want to talk about is that, especially now, I'm relating this to Black women. All of our lives, we've been judged by how we look, how loud we talk, what we got, what we don't got. And it seemed like it's giving us a complex to
It
the
is.
fact that we will take digs at other women. And it's just like we doing to them what we hate having done to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I saw something on social media and everybody was like, unbelievable. They had said, because I wanted to talk about the trauma piece, because we do deal with so many levels of trauma. And somebody had posted saying that, talking about mothers hating daughters. And everybody was in the comments saying, absolutely not. That's unreal. But as a life coach, you will be surprised at the number of women that I coach who have mommy issues, that mamas hate them, even though we didn't see it.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
would go through it. But that is just generations of trauma and generations of issues that now, if my mama don't respect me, love me, and show me, then I definitely don't stand a chance at putting it out there for another woman. If I'm in
Right.
competition with my daddy's love with my mama, then I'm definitely gonna be in competition with another woman. So it's just
That's
levels of
facts.
trauma.
Yeah.
That's
And you
right.
know what?
That's
I
it.
seen that, but my only rebuttal to it was that's not a black woman issue. That's an issue.
That's a woman
of-
issue.
Yeah, that's a woman issue because
It's a
you see
woman
that in the
issue.
white community.
Yeah.
You see
Everywhere.
that
That's a woman issue.
everywhere. You know. And so as women with daughters, because I don't have a daughter, so I don't have a good, I don't try and speak about things that I have no reference to. You know what I mean? So, and then we this behind bars, so we want to be honest. Is there ever a time where not as jealousy, but it's more of, my grandmother always said it's hard for women to live in the house together. Is that something that they just programmed in us, or is it a fact? Because it was hard for me to live with my mom.
it ain't the easiest thing. It ain't
Uh-uh.
the easiest thing living with a teenager. It most definitely ain't. It takes work and effort. But I don't think it go to a place of that. It shouldn't go to a place of being toxic. But it is not. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of prayer, and you have to be secure and firm in what you are doing, or else you will get ran over like a Mack truck fooling around with these teenagers.
Absolutely.
What
That
you
is
say,
absolutely
Andrea?
I agree with her. You just have to be firm and be patient with these kids. And the delivery is everything, because I think that hate that they want to say that a mother may have for their daughters, I don't believe it's a thing. I guess it probably is a thing, but I can see where it may come from, because the way you talk to your child has an effect on them, and then the way they respond, they don't know, they don't have no filter on their responses, because once they feel hurt or some type of way, their rebuttal is going to be harsh. They might say some harsh things or whatever, and if you're not in a good place to be able to say that she's hurt or recognize maybe what you said has something to do with it, then how you respond is going to be, and then it's going to be like this cycle.
And when you say cycle, I don't mean to cut you off, but as you talking, I'm thinking back about I know how mama and grandma kind of, they rubbed sometimes the wrong way. And then I seen you and mama kind of rubbed sometimes the wrong way. And then I see, you know what I mean? So it's like,
it's generational.
It's
That can be generational. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you gotta try to bridge that gap.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of things, some of the stuff that we was taught and some of the stuff that we did, we got to get away from that.
Absolutely.
Do what I say and not what I do, and what's done in this house stay in this house.
Grandma
All that kind
Betty
of stuff,
say, Drill?
that's not healthy.
What's Grandma Betty saying? I can't hear what you're saying, but watching what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Now, Schalee, is it the same with men and their sons?
No. You know,
I don't know,
boys,
Schalee. I got a story.
Well, back on the daughter, because I do have a daughter, and her mother, they have a very toxic relationship, and I'm always in the middle of it just because my daughter vents to me a lot. So I try to, talk to her mother so I can try to help them mend whatever they got going on. But my daughter's a grown woman now. She got her own crib, she got a child, and her mother is still, treating her like she's a little girl, and she don't like it. And it's like, and I'll try to find a way, but it's hard when they both want me to take their side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I just want y'all to stop fighting. I don't want to take nobody's side. I ain't on nobody's side. I just want y'all to stop fighting. You know, but so it's hard. But with boys, I don't know. Me and my son got a great relationship. Both my sons, we got great relationships. You know what I'm saying? Because I spend a lot of time with them. I talk to them a lot. So it's no jealousy. It ain't none of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's it right there.
Wait a minute. A lot of time you just said it though, because here's the thing.
Talk to them a lot.
It is growth and it's a relationship, because I've seen fathers be jealous of their sons.
Yeah,
and it usually happens when daddy can't elevate past the level of his son. If you stay down listen, you can't compete with these 20-year-olds. This goes for mama and daddy. If you can't elevate your living and your kicking it and your lifestyle past their level, you will find yourself competing with them and being jealous of them and all of that stuff, because you haven't grown past that level.
Yeah. You still on the same level, and then they growing up and they got a chance to pass you. Which is
and they the younger version of you. They the younger, they the popping version.
I don't expect my child to pass me. I want my grandkids to pass them. I want that pass. That's the only way to elevate. Can't nobody, if I stay right here and I want you under here, that's going the opposite way that we should be going. You know, so I'm not with that.
For sure. So I said before, like, we've kind of been focused on, addressing the gun violence with a lot of the past episodes. A lot of the guests that have come on have, done prison time, and just trying to discuss how we can better, have anger management and problem solving, things like that. And so I really wanted to focus the season finale on an issue with these young girls, because even though they may not be dying at the rate that the young men are, I think their esteem, and I think emotionally, I think they're dying in that sense. And so drill music, I don't care what anybody say, drill music has a direct effect on how these young men are moving around in the hood, and the level of violence and the level of indifference that we see. So, Drea, you work with young girls. How do you see, if you see it at all, the cattiness, the materialism, the promiscuity that is depicted in music? How do you see it directly affecting them?
Muted.
She muted.
You muted.
Like I said before, they don't realize that it's just entertainment. They're not, they just not mature enough. That's where we come in at. We have to, kind of show them that this is not real life. And if we get a chance, if we see what they like to listen to, take them behind the music and show them that person's life. Show them that that's entertainment. That's not what they're doing. That's not what they're doing for real. And I think it'll have a better effect on, their reality of what, what is being said in the music. But until we do that, then it's like an uphill battle, because they're living this. They're bullying each other. If you don't have on the right attire, then you're not a part of the in group, all because of what you got on. That's why I can appreciate coming from the country, because we didn't get wrapped up in that. Something was instilled in us that we didn't get an outfit from Family Dollar and knew we was the stuff still.
Right.
These people where, when I moved to Kalamazoo, or should I say that? I don't know. But when I
tell the truth and shame the devil.
The level of that materialistic stuff was crazy, because I sit back and I look like, now if you don't have the means to get all this, where is that going to leave you? And then when looking at their kids, how they're giving their kids all this stuff, you grinding so hard to give your kids all that. But what if your child grows up and don't have that grind in them to get all these things that you didn't?
They're not gonna have it because you're giving it to them.
And then where that's gonna leave them? They ain't gonna know who they are, because they don't have these things. And it's, we got to get away from that materialistic stuff, because it's really hurting the children. It's not helping them at all.
Right. And you said something, though. You said something was instilled in us that even if you didn't have the latest whatever, and let's be honest, we wanted it. Sometimes we had it, sometimes we didn't.
Sometimes you do.
But something was in us that told us our worth wasn't in that. Even if we felt
Pop
bad.
your collar.
Yeah,
no matter
pop
what
your
you got
collar.
on.
And
Pop
listen,
that collar.
in that regard, I say growing up in a resort town like South Haven is the most difficult place to grow up as a have not. Is because you're right on the lake. You go to school with kids who parents own companies. You go to school with people that have big sprawling houses, with kids that drive to school in fancy cars. And some of them kids was black kids, don't get me wrong, but you're so close to wealth and yet so far away. That may be the reason that they really tried to put that in us, because they knew we was gonna need it.
Absolutely.
Thinking about our neighborhood, I don't really remember like who was broke or who was rich. Like I couldn't look around.
You didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't even know who was broke or who was rich. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because it was not a concern of mine. You know what I'm saying? And whoever was broke, they was with us, so it didn't even make a difference.
And that was it.
And you didn't see us gawking or really longing to have. Like, we went downtown, we wasn't mouth wide open.
Because it was just life. That's what we grew up around.
Yeah,
and so I got a different spin on that from raising my kid in the city. I got a whole nother spin on that from raising my kid in Southwest Atlanta. You had to try to make sure, I was a single mother. I was paying more daycare than I was paying rent. I was paying, so having to scrape and grind to make sure that she was to par. That was a thing. That's a thing that had to happen, because it had to be a conversation too. That so you're not bullied, but that same conversation of that, so you're not bullied. I always had a conversation. Don't you bully nobody.
Right.
And don't be bullied. Don't you let nobody touch you, and don't you touch nobody. So we're not having these conversations with our kids to say, yeah, even if I give you this, and even if you got this, and I make sure she's earning things and instilling business in her. But it is some people out there, take them shoes, and who at your school need these shoes? So you gotta be realistic in those conversations. Now you got 20 pair of shoes, now take 2 of them shoes and let's figure out who at the school need these shoes, who at the church need these, because like you said, if you don't, they go get out there and they gonna be lost.
And they gonna be they gonna be that person though. It's like you say, it goes back to something that's instilled. I'll never forget. Kyrie, rest in peace, nephew. My son seen him taking stuff to the school for a kid that he had seen didn't have, nice shoes, and some of his old idiot friends was teasing the kid. And so my son seen him come home, going through his closet, getting stuff. And guess what? When he got old and he seen somebody in that boat, he did the same thing. And that's what I'm saying. These kids got to know that if your worth is wrapped up in things, if you lose those things, you lose your worth. You lose your worth. And so we definitely got to do that. And so I think all of you have said it. It's like, we got to start with ourselves, start making the changes in ourselves, and then spreading that through Pretty, through Wake Up Girl and Pray, through reaching out to young men that are in your community, to just kind of make the changes that we can make. You know what I mean? Because we can change. I can change my corner, and you change your corner, and they change their corner, and work together to just and spread it out. And so, let me ask this, because we do got to give this money away. Let me just ask this last question. I know Big Baby don't want to talk about it, but I got to ask this question.
Here we go.
If we could, if we could all sit here and agree and be in agreement, and I know we not the young people, right? But we right there. We close enough. Like, I got a 20-year-old. We close enough. If we can sit here and know that sexy red stuff is complete and utter garbage. And I'm not saying she's garbage. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
I'm
she's
saying that
paid
what
to
she's
do.
paid to do, why do we keep falling for it? Why do we keep making these people the head? Why do we keep letting them represent the way we do? We should be squashing this crap.
Yeah, you know, it was a big thing. I don't know if y'all seen this big thing on that Tia posted about Sexy Red. Like, y'all need to stop hating on her. That's not our generation. We just don't understand. And I'm like, you know, Tia our age. So I'm like, hold on.
That's nonsense.
We know what's good and what's bad music. That's all we saying.
Right.
The music is no good. It's like give me something that's nasty. Just because you made it, don't make it good. It still can be wrong.
It's not only it's one thing to be immoral and horrible. My face just even frowned up. So some of the stuff that Meg Thee Stallion was saying may not match my morals, but her talent overweighs that and allows me to still hear it. Now this is immoral and horrible and deplorable and it's
disgusting.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's just,
and
I want to hug her. I want to hug her. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, let's be clear.
Don't hug her if you get the chance. Don't do it.
Don't hug her. Don't hug her.
No, don't do it.
No, Schalee, stop it.
You might put the brown booty on. Just don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
But that also goes back to
listen though, because I don't want to tear her down and make it about her, because I think that it's what she's a bigger machine. Right. It's a bigger machine behind her that's pushing this. And it's like, we keep letting them do it when in reality, we set the culture. We decide.
Yeah.
But everything we decide, we do, but we just let people.
She's right. Do we really though? Because if that's the case, why is she being successful? How is she being successful?
I'm telling you,
no rap skills. How is she being successful?
Because they pushing. It's a machine behind her.
They're putting it out there, and if you're continuously, so I just told somebody this the other day. I don't care what I am and what standards I have, but if you're continuously feeding me negativity, then I have to start making the decision that if I want to be that negative person or if I want to make the change. A lot of times when it's coming at us, we don't do it's because it's sent in so many different directions: social media, music, YouTube, TikTok. So I start believing that. You know, if you don't have the right mindset, you start believing that you want to go to Pound Town.
Listen, I had a guess, and I don't know what Pound Town is. I don't know. Maybe I've been there before and don't know. But listen,
no, you ain't been to Pound Town.
Listen,
you ain't been to Pound Town.
You've been to Pound Town.
Schalee, but listen, I had a guest on here that was talking about if you looked at those documentaries about how they brainwash people. They set them in them rooms, right? And they wouldn't let them sleep. And they just fed them all these images and they fed stuff in their ear. And it really worked. So when I say we decide, I mean that people take their cues from us on what's cool and what's not. So if we consciously decide that, listen, no, that is not it. We're not doing that. That is not it. We can actually have a greater effect than we think. It's just like when they say these companies that sell stuff, we're the number one consumers in the world. We buy more Mercedes-Benz, we buy more alcohol, we buy more food,
hair products,
we buy more hair products. We keeping all these industries alive, but we don't use the power. We let them try and tell us and dictate to us when it's like, no, we say who, we say when, we say who, we say who. So I just think we gotta be more mindful. And like I say, I don't wanna tear down Sexy Red. Because
I hug her until Schalee told me not to.
Down, though.
You say
it seems like she's tearing the kids down. You can't let her. You can't let somebody tear the kids down and then be like, "But I'm gonna go easy on her." While she's blatantly in our face, untalented tearing.
I see what you're saying. I just don't want to be because I don't
But
know
listen,
what Sexy Red
yeah.
got going on, but
She working with the CIA, man.
hey, listen, Dr. Umar said, y'all know I love Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar said, he said this and they was talking about the violence. He said, some of these jokers, we gonna have to go on without. Some of them need to be taken out of rotation.
Yes.
Because they're such a hindrance to us. It's like,
so bad.
Oh man, we ain't gonna get to do nothing long as they out here.
Man, I'm telling you. And
Yeah.
it just goes back. You don't have to have talent anymore because all you have to do is pop something on social media. You get enough likes, and now you famous. That's
famous.
what they're doing now.
It's
like
it's
you don't
not,
even need talent.
It's just so mind-boggling to me because it's not talent. It's very despicable. It's not body. Because if you see an artist, you might say, "No, she can't sing, but she can dance." She may not be able to dance, but she fine. It's something that's going.
Okay, wait, because I keep hearing y'all say this. So you mean to tell me a person can spew this toxicity? They can spew filth. They can spew all of this stuff that's tearing our community down as long as they talented. That's what I kind of hear y'all saying.
No, that ain't what I'm saying.
Talk to me now. Talk to me.
No, we're saying the opposite. Without no talent, you shouldn't be able to do that at all. At least if you are talented, we can understand how you're doing it. We don't even understand how she's doing it. How is she doing it?
I just wanted to make it clear because I didn't want nobody to confuse that.
No.
Angie, you know
I
what?
know how she doing it. I can tell you how she doing it. Because the minute I heard, y'all heard this Pound Town. What is that? What did I do? What did I do?
Yeah.
I ran
went
and saw the video. When I looked at it. Yeah, that's how.
And the whole time you was like this, wasn't you?
And watched it to the end.
She said, watch it to the end.
Because you was trying to figure it out. You was like, what is going on?
Yeah. But that's a good point,
now
though.
it's in your algorithm because you watched it. Now it's in your algorithm and
they're gonna pump more to you.
And you remember we used to be in the studio? We used to be in the studio, right? And if your verse was whack, like we ain't never had
hey, wait. I ain't never had a whack verse.
No, I'm saying anybody. If somebody comes, not you per se, but if you had a whack verse, somebody would be like, hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't, we ain't riding with that. You got to go redo that. Come back tomorrow with something better, or we're going to put somebody else on there. Now they just like, hey, whoever behind her, and I'm pretty sure it looked like Drake behind her. So
you better shut up.
Yeah, Drake behind her.
Are you for real?
Drizzy?
Yeah, Drake got
That's
something to do
so disappointing.
You know what? That's terrible.
That's so disappointing.
That's terrible.
Ain't he the one that's hating on Meg Thee Stallion?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if I had a no talent person,
I would hate on her too.
I would hate on Meg too, huh?
I would too.
But this goes back to what I was saying. I once asked the question, does a female artist need a male artist behind her to be successful? And people were saying no, because you can look at Meg, you can look at
that's not what history says.
You can look at
Beyonce.
Not Beyonce. I'm talking about rappers. What's the other one? Lotto. But here's where I say it's not really true, because they don't have a male artist behind them. People will take any kind of shot they want to at Meg. Absolutely. They'll take any shot they want to take at Lotto. They'll do any kind of way. They won't do Nicki like that because they don't want to have to answer to Drake coming at them on the verse or Wayne coming at them on the verse. But because they don't have nobody behind them, people treat them any kind of way. They trying to kill her career because she got shot and decided you got to go to jail. I guess it would have been better if she'd have had her homeboys kill him. Then she'd be good. But because she got shot, and they want to kill her career, and nobody's going to defend her. Nobody's going to defend her. When they start coming at Lotto, nobody is going to defend Lotto, and they know that. That's why, what's that little old coon that be with the crazy hair that Trump let him? Yeah, he a coon that Trump let him out of prison.
You talking about Kodak?
Black? Yeah, he'll say anything about Lotto. He'll say anything because he don't fear a dude coming at his head about her. And that's the unfortunate part right there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. So I think you still kind of, in some ways, you would benefit from having some homies. Not like when I was rapping. Now I could hold my own on the mic, but some of that stuff people was not really gonna entertain because these faux Negroes that I know gonna be with her everywhere she go. I ain't got time for that. They might bust my head.
They don't want no smoke.
Well,
Yeah.
that's not just in music though. That's in all avenues. That's in business. That's in all. If you got somebody behind
Everywhere.
you,
Got somebody behind you. So, that's a good point though. But listen, we got, let me tell you what we gotta do. We gotta get some money away. And y'all gotta help me. We got
All
money,
right.
we got money on the floor. We got money on the floor. We got cash on the floor. We got cash on the floor. It's gonna be a cash giveaway. So let's see what the jackpot was. Okay. We started the month with $50, thanks to Nate and One Good One, donated a portion of his winnings from last week. Then we got $20 from the second episode, so that put us at 70. And then Money Monroe and M16 and Scoop Ellington swept the board, and we doubled the points, and we added 50 that week. So we had $120. Now, I don't feel like that's enough. So guess what we're going to do? We are going to add something to the pot. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to have some trivia time. And these three guests are going to add some more money to the pot. And you know what we're going to do? Just because it's the season finale, we're going to double the points. That's right. So instead of $5 per question, we're going to do $10 per question. And then we're going to pick the winner after that. So are y'all ready?
Ready.
Let's get it.
Schalee, you ready?
Ready.
Now, the questions are going to be surrounding Meg Thee Stallion. Question number 1. What is Megan's first top 10 Billboard entry in the United States? Think about it. Come on, y'all. I'm not getting y'all all night.
I said WAP, and I think I'm wrong, but I said WAP.
Come on, y'all. Now, don't make me work too hard now. What'd you say? What'd you say, Drea? Savage what?
With Beyonce.
I don't know.
Savage remix. Savage remix. Put it in the bank. It was the remix. The remix with Beyonce. Put it in the bank. Question number 2. What is Meg Thee Stallion's real name?
Megan?
Did you say Megan? Does she have a last name, or is she like McLovin?
Megan Pete.
I have no
Megan
idea.
Pete.
What'd you say?
That's Megan Pete. No, you can't go to Google.
Put it in the bank. Mm-hmm. That's her name, Megan Jovan Ruth Pete. That's her name.
Where that Ruth come from? They threw that in.
I don't know. That's her grandma gave her that name. I'm sure. This is an easy one. Y'all let Schalee answer this one. Y'all let Schalee answer this.
Don't say it's easy, man. I can't answer it.
He looked kind of confused. He might need to phone a friend.
He better get this one. Where is Meg Thee Stallion from?
Houston.
What'd you say?
Houston.
Put it in the bank. Meg Thee Stallion is from Houston. That's another $10. All right. That's 3. Is that 3 questions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Question number 4. Ooh, this one is hard. What kind of a degree does Meg Thee Stallion have?
That's a bachelor's in healthcare.
Put it in the bank. She has a Bachelor of Science in Health Administration. I'm giving you that one. That's close. Y'all ain't doing too bad. Last week, the guests swept the board for the first time, and I didn't even have to work that hard. So y'all doing good. Last question. We got an opportunity to put $50 added to this 120 for a grand total of $170 for the jackpot. Last question. This is an easy one. What is the... Let's stop the music for this one because it's intense. It's intense.
Let's hear this.
What is the name of one of Meg Thee Stallion's alter egos?
Oh, I don't even know that.
I knew this.
Shalimar, I'm real disappointed that you don't know nothing.
You think I'm Meg Stallion? You think I'm at home? I'm Meg Stallion? I'm not. I'm sorry.
Stallion. She got two. I'll take either one.
Is we giving Schalee a chance or my answer?
No, don't give me a chance.
You can answer.
Give you a chance. Tina Snow.
Put it in the bank. Tina Snow. Tina Snow and her other one.
I'm a Meg fan.
Wait a minute. Stop the presses. Stop the presses.
I ain't got Meg knees, but I'm a Meg fan now.
Back up. You about to get uncapped.
I'm about to get
You about to be uncapped before you get No, that's it though. Tina Snow and Fever is the other name. So that is $50. $50 added to the 120 that we already had. And now we will find out who the winner is. So we got the wheel, and y'all know how y'all qualified. Each week that we had a show, if you follow the page, the Behind Bars podcast page, not the discussion page. If you follow the page and you like, comment, and share the live when it goes forward, your name goes on the trivia wheel. And each time that you do that, you get another entry on the wheel. And so the more you like, comment, and share, the more opportunities that you have to win. And now, the winner is... Hey, Meek Bone in the house. Somebody, y'all give it up for Meek Bone.
How much Meek Bone win?
Hey, Meek Bone is an avid watcher of Behind Bars. She tunes in every week. Meek Bone won $170.
Oh, let me hold $20, Meek Bone.
Meek Bone. I done threw your money all over the place in here, but you won $170 for being a faithful viewer of Behind Bars. Y'all give Meek Bone a hand clap. Hey, y'all. That's it. That's the show. That is the season finale of Behind Bars. And I just want to say this. I want to thank not just the guests today, because we'll get to them, but all of the people that came through for season 2. I got to shout y'all out. We want to shout out our first guest of the season, Jay Booz, Pastor Larry, James Shaver, Big B, Brand New, Pub Loke, Rob G, Steezer Leo the Great, Johnny Fitness, Jay Hound, Shy Beezy, Deja XL, M16, Money Monroe, Scoop Ellington, Black Benji, our own Big Play, Pat Wood King, ATL, Miss Ash Galore, and this week's guest, Miss Ashia Simpson, Miss Andrea Hooker, and Mr. Schalee Loke. We appreciate everybody that came through. We had people from the West Coast. We had Cali in the building. We had Arizona in the building. We've been down south. We've been everywhere, and we appreciate you all more than you actually know. Thank you for tuning in to this season, and we hoping that y'all gonna stick with us for season 3. But before we go, we do want to let our guests tell the people what you got going on. Big Baby, what you got going on? What you got coming up other than getting capped or uncapped?
Yeah, if I stay on behind the bars, I'm gonna be uncapped.
He gonna be
But
uncapped.
join me on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 a.m. prayer. We praying for our children, praying for our needs. We praying for everything. 5 a.m. on Facebook Live. I also have an in-person thing coming up at the end of October called Intercession. It's gonna be a session of women, panel discussion, talking about trauma, talking about sex and the save girl, talking about all that stuff. So you'll be seeing that flyer hit real soon.
Y'all stay locked in with Miss Ashia. Dre-Lo, tell them what you got coming up, what's going on with Pretty, or any initiative, or just anything you want the people to know. She left me. All right. Schalee, tell the people anything you want them to know about what you got going on, any information you want to put out there, whatever the case may be.
Well, here real soon, I will be going down to Orlando with my job, my company, the job I work for, to go open up a new restaurant down there. And I'll be down there for 3 weeks helping open up a restaurant. But shortly after that, me and my wife will be putting Glitz on Wheels, where she will be a mobile nail technician, where we'll be going from spot to spot, you know what I'm saying, doing nails. So that's what we're really working on. So I'm doing all this to get to that, you know. So that's our main thing, Glitz on Wheels, by my wife, Nicole.
Shout out to Miss Nicole and Schalee Logue. Man, we certainly going to be praying for you that go well. We got Andrea back. Andrea, tell the people what's going on with you.
Well, as you know, Pretty, we will be hosting our first ever food drive. I don't know if you guys are keeping up on it, but there's a shortage in the food pantry. So in an effort to help, we the second week in October, we will be hosting a food drive where you can donate any non-perishable food items to us, and we will get it to the different local food pantries, and you can drop those off at Solomon's Temple, or you can DM me and I will arrange to pick them up. Also, I'm always doing the t-shirts. We got the Z69 in the building.
Z69?
You need a t-shirt? I'm your girl. Holla at me.
That's what's up, y'all. Shout out to Pretty. I just want to thank you all again, as I always say. You are officially inmates. I know, Dre, you've been an inmate. I know you've been rocking since the first episode. You actually had me to keep going because I was about to quit. And here we are at the end of season 2. But you all are inmates now. And I thank you for stopping through. Hopefully y'all stay with us. Shalimar, somebody calling him, so I know he got to go. But y'all stay locked in. Thank y'all for coming through. Y'all give it up. Y'all give it up one time for Miss Simply Ashia, Big Baby Simpson.
See ya.
Y'all give it up for Mr. Schalee Logue himself. And one last time for Miss Andrea Hooker. Hey man, that was dope. That was dope. And like I said, we certainly appreciate everybody that came through for season 2, that chopped it up with us, that came every Monday night and was faithful in viewing and like I say, encouraging me to go on. Those of you that donated, all of the businesses that we've highlighted, you know, we stay in lock with them. And we just ask if you all will continue to pray for us here at Behind Bars, that we can continue doing this work, continue to reach people, continue to encourage people, and stay tuned because we coming back with season 3. Y'all know I can't quit. We coming back with season 3. So y'all stay locked in with the podcast that goes behind the bars of local as well as international artists and discusses the culture in real time. Because as I always say, a life lived.
No, these niggas cannot beat me. Don't know why they keep on trying. I'ma keep on grinding. Your boy gon' be on TV. We came all the way from nothing, turned it into something. No, these niggas cannot beat me. Don't know why they keep on trying. I'ma keep on grinding.
No Vaseline was good, but it didn't hit like.
Turned it into something. We made it something. They like the way I